Well, well, here's my reply uh, to the individual that have suggested I contact Vivint because the product is under warranty. And my thing of it is, I should not have to call over 50 times about the same issues. I should not have to call each time complaining about the same issues. If Vivint really wanted my business, they would have done everything to make it right. I sit with police reports. I sit with notices uh, that there's someone blind within my home that also is a co-owner of the property. And I told them there is no marriage, there's no partnership, there's no civil union, there is nothing there to even try to say that you need another signature. And that doesn't work. But they still want their money. They don't even want to come back in and change the system to accommodate the other owner. The other owner would have gladly came in and would have signed the papers. But they refused to put a push button pad on the for the alarm system. So they refused to do that. They've also refused to provide their own equipment. They provided other people's equipment. They used ADT's sensors, and people say they tried to do this to keep the price low. But if you are a Mercedes Benz, why the hell are you using Toyota pieces? I find that to be funny because I've never seen a Mercedes Benz with Toyota tires. I never seen a Mercedes Benz with Toyota locks, Toyota air brakes, Toyota anything. And here it is. Oh, we're just gonna adopt their equipment. But when their equipment breaks, oh, that equipment wasn't under warranty because you didn't put your stuff in. I paid for Vivint. I didn't pay you to put in just pieces of equipment. And I told you, I want a new system. And you still put in this and you still adopted. You did what you wanted to do. And every time you send a technician out, they do what they want to do. When your technician tells me that I got to get a service animal outside of my home in order for you to work in it, you violated the ADA under every single statute and circumstance because you don't want to fix my system. The alarm system would not stop ringing. I was hung up on. And during that time, I told Vivint they need to come get their stuff. They sent the technician out to replace it, to do something about the system. My alarm system today is still offline because it was disconnected by someone up the street that just so happens to work for law enforcement. Well, they work for parking, but they work it's still law enforcement. Hit one of them and see what happens to you. You will get charged with battery on a law enforcement officer. So they came over and they disconnected the system. And when Vivint came to come reinstall the system the next day, they seen a dog, a service animal. Their technician did not want to service the system because there was a dog in the house, saying that I have to get the dog out. And the individual and the other co-owner that which this was in reference to has a service dog. And the service dog is not going anywhere. That dog is protected under the ADA. That dog goes to Publix. That dog goes to the grocery store. That dog goes to the pharmacy. That dog goes everywhere. And you refuse to do it. You refuse to put a push pad console in here for him to be able to use the system. And you're saying that he doesn't have rights because he didn't sign the contract. But this is his home too. I'm only here because I'm making sure nobody else takes advantage of him. Somebody took his check and left him in a nursing home. A 50-year-old blind person. They just took the check, had the checks moved over to their account, and they just decided that this is what they're going to do. And yes, there's documented proof of that there too. And now, because I actually agreed that, yeah, if we pooled our money together, yeah, you can get a home. Yeah, this can be a place where you grow old, and this would be a place where, long if you don't have any other health issues, you can make it. Probably go to God call you home. This is where you can stay till God calls you home. But this person was using a government-funded transportation system during the time of the signing of the contract, and Vivint never got their say on it because Vivint wanted to get in and out. So that's where one of the problems began. And I told them, we'll try to make this work, but you need to figure out a remedy. And because I stupidly made this call after 3 days, I found out that I was stuck in the contract, that they're not going to come out and replace the console because that I could have done so within 3 days. And I think that that's wrong, to lock somebody in to a contract and then refuse to fix their equipment because they have to put a whole new system in because it's a push button console. And if you think that this is right, that that this company should be able to do such, I would love to hear from you. And if you think this is wrong, I would love to hear from you. You don't have to like this video. You don't have to subscribe. Yeah, sure. It'll probably make me a couple of dollars, at which anything that I generate goes towards care of somebody else. And for reason of that person's privacy, it's the reason that I'm the only one that you see on video. because I don't have a consent to record Mr. Hayes. And when it's time to go to court, I hope Vivint will be more than forthcoming and present all of their pre-recorded messages and not just pick and choose on the ones to where they feel that'll help support their case. Because I have my letters, I have police reports, and I have an actual service dog that's pretty much sleeping right here. And now, that service dog has more rights than any company that refuses to honor the ADA. When you set the alarm system up, it's almost 5 feet high. Under the ADA, it's supposed to be about 3 feet to make it wheelchair accessible, but this is not a wheelchair case. This deals with somebody that's blind. So, they want to go this route. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go this route. And to make this fun, I'm waiting on Vivint to go ahead and put this in collections. I'm waiting on collections to go ahead and put it in court. We've done already talked to attorneys for the ADA, and we have claim. And since we have claim, they asked me not to write any more letters. They've asked me, more or less not to get involved in communications with Vivint anymore, so that they can handle the situation. And for the sake of it, I hope that Vivint would be more than honorable and get in contact with me so we can resolve this issue without legal ramifications.